All right. Hello, hello. Welcome everybody to our Club Seacret Social online today. My name is Carrie and I am joined by a great group of people who are willing to take time on their Saturday afternoon today in September to be able to share with us a lot of the things that they're excited about with our products. So our Life by Seacret Nutrition and our Seacret Dead Sea Skincare. We're going to be chatting a little bit about those things today to kind of give everybody a broader understanding of how we use the products and what they've done for us. So we have a lot of testimonial to share. And I want to welcome you if you're new, because I know there's a lot of folks that have just gotten started with us and you may not be with us live, but we wanted to record this so that you can have this for learning purposes yourself to be able to plug into and share with anybody who's just getting started with you. And I want to say welcome to the Seacret family, because that's who we are. We're a big unit of people across the globe in a community that really, really do care. We're heart-centered. We have our focus to help make a difference and help people with solutions to the challenges that they have. And because we all discovered solutions, that's why we're still here. You know, and I'll tell you just a brief story on the journey. Everybody's probably on a journey to wellness, and I was, and just a decade, 11 years ago, I was a mess, and I had been a mess for about 5 years. And Dr. Cohn called and said, "Hey, will you try my product?" And we did, and it changed my life. And we became an advocate. Oscar lost 30 pounds in his first 90 days using this nutrition, just 4 products we'll talk about today. And I lost all the agony I had been in, got off of the meds I was on from a surgery that didn't really solve the problem I had. So we became very, very passionate about sharing this nutrition. And then a handful of years ago, just 5 years ago this month, we were acquired by Seacret Direct. And now we were introduced to the Dead Sea Skincare. So what I want to do is briefly share a couple of slides to just kind of bring you up to speed a little bit about what we have. And then I'm going to go to the testimonials. And I'll tell you what, it's fun to be able to provide solutions for people. It really is. So bear with me on the little handful of slides here. And I'm going to go right over here to where it says slideshow. Okay, now I'm supposed to be able to have a spot that says from the beginning. Here we go. So Club Seacret, the Good Life. Now this is obviously a great picture. It's a place we'd probably all like to be sitting and sipping a drink with an umbrella in it, right? Or maybe being on that parasailing out there. And if you've never done parasailing, I would highly recommend it. Fun stuff. It's a blast. And this is just one of the picture of one of the resorts that we have in our club for opportunities with our Club Seacret on the lifestyle side of travel. But today we're going to be talking about lifestyle choices with products. Okay, so I'm going to bear with you. So this is the mentor that we have, Dr. Howard Cohn. He's been a mentor of mine for over 30 years, literally. We met a long time ago in the 90s. I actually met Dr. Cohn before I met my husband, believe it or not. So it's been a pretty exciting journey. And when he called us a handful of years ago, 11 years ago, it was like, I created a formula to make it simple for people. And I'm like, I need simple, because my health was not in a simple place. My health was a mess. Health was a mess. So after 30 years in business, he discovered there's things that people want solutions for. And usually it's they're not sleeping well. They're in some sort of discomfort in their body. Maybe they have a weight issue. Maybe they have a energy issue, which a lot of people do. You know, you maybe dip in the middle of the day and you need a little bit of something. So he put together Health Made Simple, and it's a clean program, as you can see here: organic, vegan, sugar-free, soy-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free, nightshade-free, kosher certified, non-GMO, and informed sport certification. So what this means is this is a very clean line. And I love clean. You like clean? No artificial anything. Would you know, when we buy stuff and we look at labels, I don't know if you do, but you know, if I can't pronounce it, I'm not putting it in my body, you know. So I like the natural approach, and hopefully you do as well. And maybe you might be in a transition from where you've been isn't really getting you the results you want, which was me. And now I try this and I got the results I wanted, which is a lot of the stories you're going to hear about today. So this is the product line. I think the majority of the products are sitting here in this picture. But what he did was, as a holistic practitioner and practicing for 30 years and training over 50 doctors and having over 50,000 patients, he's figured out that there's just a simple way we can use the body to heal itself, to take care of itself if we give it the right tools. So we don't make any medical claims. We're not here to cure or mitigate any disease states, but we have a lot of stories that can help you understand if you're in a challenge situation and you're looking for a solution, this Life by Seacret Nutrition could be a solution for you the way it was for us. And this is what he put together. It's just health made simple. So we have a dozen or so products. I think it might be 13 or 14 products that we have in our nutrition line now. But it started with these core 4 products, the shake and the greens. You're going to hear about that today. Put them together, mix it up, shake it up, make it cold, drink it down. It's great nutrition. It's going to hold you about 4 hours. Recovery, put it in your body every day. About every 3 or 4 hours is good, right? Depending on what you're dealing with, you might like the hydro effects versus the recovery, but most everybody starts with this one because it's fast acting. And we'll talk about the other products as we go. The boosters, of course, before bed. And this has been one of those best products you're going to hear about today as well. And that also helps us just kind of improve our sleep. So within this program, you help people lose weight because when you alkalize, the toxins come out, you detox gently, and you can drop some weight and, things move around and your clothes fit better. When you neutralize the acid in the cell from that recovery, it puts the fire out. And if you're hurting anywhere, this recovery can be your best friend. So we put the fire out. Most of us have a lot of that in our body, some sort of inflammation, right? And then the boosters just calm it all down at the end of the day. And if you like to drink or eat things in the evening that might be more acidifying to the body, the boosters are going to help neutralize that so you can get into that good state of sleep. So we like to put that combination together, and that's just health made simple. There's also a program involved with our Club Seacret called Be Well. Be Well is a telemed program, and this I'm very excited about. So from your device, whether it's your phone or your computer, you can literally have access to a doctor 24/7 for you and your family for a one-time $5 setup fee. Get in the club, join the club, and participate in the Be Well. So for you have that peace of mind. All the 50 states, 35 countries, 250 languages, doesn't matter where you're at. If you're in another country and you get sick or someone in your family gets sick, this is definitely a godsend. Peace of mind to help you get your prescription called in. They can call in labs, they can call in prescriptions, zero copay. And it's usually within 15 minutes, most of the time, that you're getting access to a professional. So it's a beautiful thing. It's very secure, and I highly recommend this program. And it's been a great one for small businesses too, as an employee benefit. So if you want to know more about that, let's chat on another time. And then we're going to talk about the products from the Dead Sea. Why? Because this is where Seacret started. There's 20 billion they've done, I'm sorry, the 20-year-old company, they've done about 3 billion in sales. And they started with this because it's the lowest point on earth. It's got 12 exclusive minerals that are exclusive to the Dead Sea, and those minerals are magic. So in the product that we're going to be sharing with you, you're going to hear a lot about that. And I got a couple of fun demos to show too. If you guys don't do the demos in your testimony, I'll go ahead and share with them. But it's like the world's oldest health spa. I'm sure you've heard of the Dead Sea. So with this rejuvenating power, what's her name? Cleopatra rode on a camel to get there. I think it's a pretty important place to go if you want to rejuvenate, right? So instead of us having to take that trip and go to the Dead Sea, Seacret's figured out a way to bring it to us. Thank goodness, because this stuff is remarkable. And we combine that latest technology so that we get the benefits. Okay, so we will be talking about these 5 wows. We're going to be showing them to you today and letting you see how fun they can be to share. And in an example, I've got a couple before after pictures, so I wanted to share this because this is one of those impact products. If you know anybody who wants to lose a few years off their face, we're going to be chatting about this particular Recover product. Okay, so isn't that funny? We have recovery and nutrition, and we have Recover for your face. I think we got something going on here inside and out, right? It's a lot of fun to share. So these are just before after pictures in 15 minutes, how you can make a difference in looking younger and reducing the signs of aging. So I love that. Here's some before afters. So I'm just going to ask for grace on the PowerPoint slides because some of these I had to pull from a different format, so they might look a little funny. But look at our famous people here. We've got John down here on the left. This is the first time we ever used our eye booster on him. And you can see on one side in just 15 minutes how it reduced that puffy, right? And you can see my husband here on the top. with the men's Power C eye gel. Love this stuff. How you can see his deep dark circles in the top picture, and after a couple of weeks of using this, they're just gone. And he hasn't really gotten himself back to that deep dark circle, which is nice. The picture with this gentleman here is a month's worth of using the Recover mask on that gentleman. And if you zoom in on it, and I can do that on my wonderful computer, check that out. Look at the way and I know he shaved his face, but still look at the forehead. You can so see the difference, right? From those creases being reduced. So I love it, love it, love it. And that's the Recover. And I got to try to reduce this thing. Uh-oh, it doesn't want to let me. Oh, shoot. Well, let's see if I can move it. All right. And then our BioShield line, we're going to talk about this today. We've got Brenda right here, before, after in just 3 weeks. If you got anybody dealing with environmental damage or scarring or pigmentation, they're going to love this. And firming, that's my neck in 2 weeks with this red line. We call it the BioShield complex. You're going to be hearing about that today. And we just have a lot of fun sharing it. Okay, let me see if I can click out of this and go to the next screen. Nope. There we go. And then at the end, we're going to talk about this right now. I'm going to stop the screen share and we're going to cruise. Who wants to be first and share your testimony? Who is that going to be? It's Miss Joanne. All right. Let me go ahead and spotlight you, Joanne. So you take full screen. Go for it, my friend. Share with us this amazing. I know you have a lot of stories, so we're excited to hear what this inspiration is going to be today. Go for it.
Well, it's really good to see you. And in case you forgot who I am, I'm Joanne Williams. I'm from Nampa, Idaho. And I've been doing a lot of reflection the last couple of weeks about where I've been, how I feel now compared to then. And I just kind of wanted to share that with you. It was on March 30th, 2021, that I sat in my family room, stared at a blank television set, and said a prayer to my God, asking that somehow, some way, I would be able to find some relief for the issues that I had been dealing with for a couple decades. At that point, I had had 2 knee replacements. I had swelling in joints. I had discomfort in joints. I had had over 10 epidurals, and I had an entire cupboard full of fix-it remedies from different places. I had tried what I thought was everything. After I said that prayer, that was March 30th. On April 2nd of 2021, 3 days later, someone gave me a bottle of recovery. It was chewable. The ones now are chewable, but it was truly a godsend. In about 3 days, the swelling was gone from my knees, and I was able to go up and down the stairs without any discomfort. And I thought, this can't be. It couldn't work that fast. The swelling was going out of other joints also. And I found that I could button my blouse and I could open and close doors. I had been doing a lot of driving, and turning the steering wheel had become a difficult chore to do. And I found I was not experiencing that anymore. And still in some disbelief, I continued to take it. A couple of weeks passed, and I noticed some other things happening. When the 3-week mark hit of being on recovery, I was able to grip a golf club and swing it. I was able to grip a tennis racket and swing it. I could walk over 2 miles. And for me, this was something I hadn't been able to do in years. And I want to say right here that this is how it worked for me. And I don't know if it's the way it's going to work for you. Shortly after that 3-week mark, I had a monthly blood test that I get every month. And at that point, lo and behold, my inflammation markers had dropped into the normal range. And that was proof enough for me. This was truly an answered prayer in the form of a product called Recovery by Seacret. And I'm eternally grateful for the person that gave me that bottle. I'm grateful for Dr. Cohn, who developed the product. And I continue to take it today. I am still getting relief. I will tell you, it didn't happen all at once. You go from that kind of discomfort in your life that you've experienced for so long. And it took a long time to get there. It's going to take at least a while to get to a better spot. And, we're looking at a little over a year and a half. And I can say today that because of consistency, not expecting multiple miracles day after day after day, I think the miracle was in the product itself being used over a period of time, being consistent with it, that I feel like I have gotten my life back. And I'm happy that I can say today, I'm living life on my own terms. Thank you.
Nice. So top 3 favorites besides Recovery, what else?
Shaken Greens and Booster and Hydro Effects. And even when things get tough, I'm going to take those products. Oh, I forgot one thing. And I intentionally wore this shirt today because as a byproduct, this is what I was wearing at the time.
Wow.
And, that equates to right around 50 pounds. And I continue to use the products, and I continue to stay in a place where I can do the things that I want to do in my life.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for your passionate story and sharing your results and your favorites. So ultimately, Health Made Simple is your favorites. Combination of things. Awesome. See, he put it together for a reason, and that synergy helped her body get some balance that she was out of, filling some nutritional gaps, just like it did for me. This is the reason we share these stories, because a lot of folks don't realize how simple it really can be to correct a lot of challenges that we're facing. Thank you again, my friend Joanne from Nampa. Okay, let me remove spotlight. Who wants to go next? That was great. Okay, Miss Jo from Nampa as well. I'm going to put the spotlight on you. Go ahead, my friend.
Okay, my name is Jo Acop. I am from Nampa, Idaho as well. I do not have a story quite as dramatic as Joanne Williams, but I have many stories about these products. I have been, for 4 years, I have been a faithful, consistent user of almost all of the nutrition line. My very first favorite probably has to be the energy drink. And the reason for that is because I was caregiver for my husband for several years. And during the last portion of that, I wasn't getting a lot of sleep. I was double dosing these things every morning. I was taking next to one in the afternoon lots of times, and I never felt sleep deprived, which was amazing.
Wow.
They didn't give me any jitters. I didn't have the coffee bladder problems that I'd had before. And so I would recommend those to anybody, children, guys, anybody that works hard. Probably my second favorite product has to be the Booster. My story on that was, as a brand new agent, I was sitting in a live seminar that my sponsor was doing, and there was a lady 2 seats down from me that gave a testimony at the end of the meeting. And she said something to the effect, I was one of those people that would wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't go back to sleep. And a half hour before the clock went off, then I went back to sleep. And so I was not getting the sleep that I needed. And she said, I've been using Booster for that particular problem. And I'm going, I need that product. That's me. My mind would just go. And so Booster, I have been a faithful user of the Booster for all those years. And the third one that I picked is the greens. And the reason for those, I have been on a on a mission, I guess, for the last several years. When I had COVID a couple of years ago, I dropped 25 pounds. And I really struggled putting that 25 pounds back. I got about 10 of it back quickly. Then I hit a wall and I could not. And I know many people have offered me, oh, gee, I would love to give you, as much as you want, 25 pounds, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever. But I never figured out how to take it. But this stuff, I actually figured out how to take the greens and the shake. And I actually double my dose on the shake. So I put 4 scoops in the container and I do the green caps. They're just simpler for me. And I use coconut milk for my shake. Anyway, I actually started gaining weight again, and I think I'm up 3 pounds from last week. So yay.
That's fantastic, Joe. I'm glad to hear it. So let them know how, your age and your size. How tall are you?
Well, I'm 5'4". I'm 87 years old, and I'm now 114 pounds. I also I started counting the other day because of this seminar that you're doing today. I thought, I wonder how many products I actually use of all of our products. I was not, when I first started, I was not using the skincare. I changed my mind after trying a couple of products. And so I'm doing the wow. And now I have my body butter and my salt and oil on my sink, and anybody that comes in my house gets a demo. The other thing, when I started counting up, I actually counted 47 products that I actually use on a regular basis.
How many? 37?
47.
47. Wow. Well, we secretize the house, don't we?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I know we all have a plethora of stories of how the products impacted our life, but I love how you shared what's happening currently with you. And thank you so very much. Alrighty, we'll cruise on over. Let's see who wants to go next. How about you, Victor? Are you up? You ready for it? I know you've got phenomenal stuff to share. So thank you so much, Victor. Let me spotlight you. Go for it.
Yes, my name is Victor Googe, formerly from Nampa, but have retired, turned 65. My wife also is retired, so we're getting used to a not empty house, house together. And so that's been an interesting transition. Plus trying to get rearranged in an apartment up here in Missoula, and so that we can be close to our family. But my journey really started 7 years ago. When we first were introduced to the then Health Made Simple, but now Life by Seacret, and we immediately noticed improvements in our health, but we really didn't take it seriously. And so we have had some ripple effects into some other members of our family that I won't go into today. But then they started the Club Fit, and I thought, okay, it's time. I really need to get serious about this. And my eating habits were not good. Bags of chips would disappear in a day instead of, what long time. And so I got onto the products, and I think the curb is what really kind of helped a lot. That the other people, that the shaken greens and all the other things that the other people have talked about, but the curb really helped take away the cravings for those other things. And what I really found was I didn't even miss those other things that I used to be eating because of getting the good food in. That the cravings for the other stuff just went away. And this is, hopefully this will show up. This is not the best of pictures, but this is my results after 2 Club Fit challenges, 37 and over 37 pounds.
Nice.
And it really has made a lot of difference. And when I really noticed the difference is my wife asked me to go to Costco's and grab a big bag of sugar. Now, a 25-pound bag of sugar is about 2.5 feet tall, and it's pretty big. And so I was carrying that out to my car, and I started huffing and puffing a little bit, and I'm going, oh, that's the way I used to feel all the time with carrying around that extra weight. And so it's just really been phenomenal. A couple other products I'd like to talk about. I know they're not nutrition, but this is the men's facial all-in-one. And it only takes one small pump. And then I spread it all over my face. It makes my face feel a lot softer and smoother. Another product is the hairbrush. My daughter has very kinky hair, wavy hair. I don't know if you call it kinky or whatever. And she would destroy a hairbrush within 2 or 3 months. She'd have to buy a new one. She bought her Seacret brush just after my grandson was born 5 years ago, and she's still using it. It's the only hairbrush that she can use on her dry hair. The other day, I gave it to a guy who had a pretty full beard and wavy and curly hair as well. And he goes, oh, I can't use a brush, especially not when it's dry. He did it, and it went right through it like it was nothing. And he was flabbergasted. And so, there's a lot of products that we don't necessarily think about, but are very phenomenal. And it's just the whole thing that is coming together with our different legs of this Club Seacret. We have phenomenal, like Joe says, she's got 47 different products. We don't know exactly what is going to be a fit for each of us, but there's something there for everybody. And I am so thankful to be a part of this wonderful family. And this is a community. We're all working together, and we're all supporting each other. And it's a very phenomenal and wonderful home to be in. Thank you, Carrie, for all your support, and all the rest of you for your friendship.
Thank you, Victor. And you're right. It is a true community. That I think people are searching for that. People are looking for the right place to belong, and the like-mindedness, right? And the heart-centeredness, and the people who have a purpose, and they're living intentionally to make a difference and really do good in the world. And that's really who Seacret is. That's our community on a global scale, which is nice. So we have international friends that we get to build rapport with, and really helps us all grow to being more better humans, I think, in our community. So thank you so much for being one of those better humans and growing with us, Victor. I appreciate it. And I know the stories, the effect the products had on your entire family is amazing. And you're one of those special people who actually have your family engaging with you on the product. So that's a blessing in itself, right? Eventually there's hope, eventually there'll be people in your family that'll come around if they're resistant to you at this time. It does come around again, for sure, for sure. Let me go out to the Midwest with Dr. Sue Wagner. Are you okay to share, Dr. Sue?
I am.
Thank
I
you.
hope I don't freeze up too much.
I hope not. Go for it. Thank you.
Yeah,
for taking the
my
time.
internet has been acting funny lately, so I apologize. So yes, I've been using the nutrition for about 10, 11 years as well. I started when it was a separate company, and then luckily it came to Seacret Direct because I love the skincare, the Recover Mask, the BioShield that you showed. I love it all. It's wonderful. And one of my favorite new products though is the vitamin D. I'm a huge fan of natural vitamins, from whole foods versus synthetic vitamins. And vitamin D is a really hard one to find naturally. So when this came out, man, this is just incredible. Plus, it's chewable.
Right.
So it's really easy at this time of needing to protect our immune systems to take my vitamin D every day. And I just had my normal physical, and my vitamin D numbers are like, as my doctor would say, people would pay for my blood work. So they're really very good. That's one of my favorites. The other one is the Immunex with all the mushrooms and the elderberry. And it's just this brilliant formulation that helps to boost our immune system. So that is another fantastic product, and along with the shake and the greens, of course, because you need those basics. And much like Joe was saying, I wasn't losing fat so much, but I looked in the mirror once and thought, where'd all my muscle go? It's like all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh. So I started increasing my shake and adding a little hemp seeds to it, and I could start to really feel a difference that I was getting the right protein levels. So yeah, these products are just fantastic to help the basic needs and then the specific needs that we have.
Well said, well said. Now I can't let you not talk about what you do for a living or your expertise as a veterinarian and teaching that out into the world, teaching and bringing new vets into an awareness with how they can take care of their animals. What have you discovered with our product and animals?
One of the first ones I did, you can see the cat behind me. I am the crazy cat lady of the neighborhood. That's just, and I always tell people, though, you're not crazy until you have 6. So technically, I'm not crazy yet. But the first product I started with actually was the greens capsules, because, with dogs and cats eating dry food, a lot of times, because people don't have time to cook, the greens are just a fantastic way of getting some good nutrition into them. And, you can open it up and sprinkle it on their food. It just, or like a big Labrador.
She froze up a little bit.
Or you could just put it in beans. And I'm not sure, one of my favorite things was the recovery, but I don't know yet. Are they going to keep the original recovery recovery formula? They are going to keep it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank goodness, because chewable is great for us humans, but not for dogs or cats. Then that's really important to know, because they have xylitol in, which is excellent for recovery. I just crush up and sprinkle a little bit again, in my geriatric cat's food. And he's very picky and he doesn't taste it. And it makes a big difference in how he moves. For a medium-sized dog, you give him 1, a bigger dog, 1 twice a day. Inflammation, the angriness in their joints makes a huge difference. And then as I'm working in the world of veterinary wellness, because we are very much unfortunately, a stressed profession, the pandemic hasn't helped anything. Just trying to talk to colleagues about the down a greens capsule. Maybe they don't have time like I do to make my shake, because there were days when I was working 14 and 16 hours and didn't have time to make a shake, but they can pop a greens capsule or 2. They can pop a couple recovery. And that is huge to helping them survive, or any healthcare practitioner, first responder survive some of the things that are everyday life for them. So those products are wonderful for just maintaining that health and reducing the effects of stress.
Awesome. So you were froze up a couple of moments here. So I just want to go back to reiterate. So you said on a medium-sized dog, 1, and a bigger dog, 2, maybe 1 in the morning, 1 at night.
Yeah. And you can kind of titrate it. Every animal is different. So if you see that even a big dog moves better at 1, stick to 1. If they're not moving the way you want them to, go.
Give them a couple. Okay. Oh, you
too.
keep freezing. Oh, you
I
freeze up.
know. I'm so frustrated with my internet these days. I don't know what's going on here in Ohio. Something funky's happening. So,
Something, but
yeah.
I think we got the memo. We got the
okay, good.
there. So thank you so much for sharing. And again, we're not here making any claims. She is a doctor, so she can talk about how she's applied the products to the animals and to herself. And I appreciate what you said about the stress levels that people are under today. So the recovery and the green caps for anybody with a circulatory system that's stressed is going to be rewarded by putting good live enzymes in from the greens. They're live, guys. They're not processed or they're not heated over 104 when they're processed. So after they're cut, and then there's nutrient density is so good that it feeds the body. It literally does, right? And then that recovery, putting out the fire at the cellular level is just a miracle product. So thank you so much for joining us and sharing your amazing stories. Let's see. Let's go out to John is driving. Are you okay to talk right now, John? Unmute. Hang on. Let me see if I can unmute you. Ask to unmute. There you go.
Hey.
It's all
Awesome.
you, sir.
Can you see me, hear me? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I am
go
driving,
for it.
and it just goes to show this is how my life has been for the last 9 months. I am constantly on the go, and I'm a chef at a little restaurant with some amazing people, and but I'm on my feet all day long, just all the stuff. So I wanted to that's just a little background of who I am. So I know that there's nobody else out there that is busy at all and stressed at all, right? So, and I appreciate you asking me to talk about this because this is how it is all the time. So a lot of people know that I've been on these products for a long time. You and I have known each other for a while. You introduced me to these shake and greens, and this saved my life. I was upwards of 256 pounds. I yo-yoed down to 200, back all the way up. And it just was, I was tired of yo-yoing, basically. And I just gave up. Well, you shared these products with me, and I kind of saw myself in the picture, and I thought, who is this person? I didn't even recognize myself. I was 237 pounds at the beginning of 2016. At the beginning of 2017, I was 185 pounds. Now, the product makes me feel like I'm getting the nutrition that I need. My body is quiet. I don't know if that makes sense to people, but it's not constantly asking me for nutrition, so it's making me hungry all the time. My body is quiet because I start my day out with the shake and greens, and sometimes I end it with the shake and greens. But I lost the weight, and I've been able to use the products to keep the weight off. I've actually been working on a little bit more to define, and I'm getting ready to start working out. And the reason I tell you that is right now I'm 172 pounds. So I've lost even more, and I feel amazing. All of this running around I'm doing, the greens, the booster, really help keep that stress level down for me, and I really feel a difference. And you know, said, and then I said, well, stop taking it for 3 days, and if you can tell me at the end of 3 days, you don't feel any difference, fine. And they call me within 24 hours. And it's the same with me. I don't take this, I can tell I'm in trouble because we just work our bodies to death now, right? So I feel great. I loved how it was a 40-something products that she uses with Seacret, I think I have used almost every single one of them. And on a daily basis, I'm up in that same area that she's in. I absolutely could not live without the recovery and the booster because I'm on my feet so much. And, you know, I'm almost 60 and your body doesn't want to work like it used to, but you know, but the recovery and the booster, I don't know if anybody ever has any problems with what we call Charlie horses, you know?
Yeah, leg cramps.
Yeah. It really makes a difference, you know, and I'm so thankful for the Life by Seacret products. The other thing is I'm in a kitchen all the time, and we have to wash our hands. And if you are aware about all the cracking that you get, I've been using the shea butter, and I was gonna put, oh yeah, here it is. So this one, after I wash my hands, this is a product that just saved me because I don't have the cracking problems. My story, that's who I am. But I will tell you, I could not live without these products. They're amazing. Just try them. And like I said, you try them and you're just like, oh yeah, I feel a little bit of whatever. Stop taking them all together for a couple of days. See how long you can go. You can't. You just can't. It's amazing. But anyway, I hope that helps for my top 3 products right now.
Thank you so very much, John. It's always a pleasure to hear from you. You always have great stories. And again, if you're just catching this, he's worked in the restaurant business a long time. Him and I have the same background. I used to do the same thing. And I wish I'd have had recovery and booster back in the day when I was working in the industry too, for sure. I know that it's a godsend for anybody who hurts. So when you get a chance to share it, and especially those feet hurting at the end of the day, oh my gosh, the backs. Any hairdressers, nail techs, the same idea. The shoulders, the back, that it gets achy, right? It gets achy. So this is a godsend to be able to just share with somebody and just let them get their own experience. So thank you again, sir, for taking the time out of your hectic schedule to share with us your testimony. Again, see, all we do, folks, is we just share. And years ago, I met this woman and we met in California. This is where she lives. And she has the most remarkable stories for her lifestyle with what she does as a PE teacher outside in Central California. She's got a great story, and I know she's got a lot of favorites. So our last testimony today, I'm going to have Miss Brenda. Where'd she go? There she is. She turned her camera off right when I want to bring her on. So when you're ready, Brenda, you're next. But in the meantime, until she gets her camera on, I just wanted to go through a little bit here to let you know, if you feel like this nutrition sounds really, really good to you and you're catching this video, please take the time to watch and join us at teamsynergytraining.com on Wednesday, because on Wednesday, we're going to get a chance to hear, that's Wednesday, September 28th, if you're watching this recording. We're going to get a chance to hear directly from our product formulator of our nutrition, Dr. Howard Cohn, the person I showed in the slide a little bit ago. Again, he's been in practice for over 30 years. He's got a waiting list to even get into his clinic. He still operates the Cohn Health Institute in Southern California today. And he has an amazing way of putting love from his heart into these products. So every one of these products, the main ingredients, love, and not to mention the fact that they're clean and not loaded with any artificial or chemical ingredients. So when you have no synthetics, your body says, "Thank you, I can use that." And that's why we're having these results, because it's very bioavailable. He is going to be drilling down on the product. So we're not drilling on them. We're just talking about how awesome they are for us and what they've done for us and how we use them. But Dr. Cohn's going to break it down a little bit more. He's going to be interviewed by Mike Zanardelli, who's a fitness professional. He's come into the space. He was the first person that Dr. Cohn called when he was going to build the company. And then, you know, we called us as well. And so he's like, look, I've got this stuff to really impact the world. Will you help me be the voice? You know, and so we all became product of the product, and then we let our voice be known. So that's why we're still here 11 years later. So that'll be happening on Wednesday, 6:30 Pacific time. TeamSynergyTraining.com is going to be the Zoom channel for that. Please invite your guests, invite anybody and everybody that you want to know, or that you think wants to know more, or says, yeah, I need to know more about this nutrition, so they can get it directly from the person who created it. I mean, that's a major fortunate thing to be able to have direct conversation. You can ask them questions in the chat. You can put questions in there. Now, we don't coach to disease states or conditions. We just give you the general overall what these are designed for. And they're designed to help the body get into the best shape it can be nutritionally, to fill those nutritional gaps, to allow your body to do what it needs to do naturally, to be able to take care of itself. So these are tools to be able to, fill in those gaps. So I want to go over to Central California to my friend, Miss Brenda Van Rossum, who's got another plethora of stories, and I don't know what she's going to share today, but I'm excited for you to share what you like the best, your top 3. I'm going to give you the spotlight, my friend.
All right, thank you so much. I'm sorry I had to pop off there for a second. Life happens. My light died, so I'm in the dark, and doorbell rings, and things happen. My son is here, and they're going to the gym, which kind of ties into what I was going to talk about. But I do want to thank all of you guys for sharing, and everyone here. I just want you to know how much I care about you too, and sharing your life stories. You guys mean the world to me, and you touch my heart every time I hear you speak about these amazing products. I've been taking these products for a long time as well, back when it was the other company. I do have my favorites. I have a lot of favorites. It's always hard to narrow down to 3, but kind of piggyback off of Joanne here. She and I kind of chose the same profession in our life. And I'm also going to share a story about recovery. Mine's a little different than Joanne's. Certainly not nearly as severe as what she's been going through with her challenges, but I'm so blessed and thankful for you and how you're doing well. But we're our PE teachers, and she's retired. I'm close to being retired. And we played sports, and over the years, on our feet, a lot of wear and tear on the body, and those joints just hurt, and I knew that was coming. And I was on a lot of different treatments, and when I was introduced to this product, I was very, very excited to try it, because I wanted something that was natural, that I knew that was not going to give me some side effects from some of the other things that I was doing. And I was so pleasantly surprised that the discomfort was gone. I was able to move more freely. I've more flexibility. It's being more agile. And now that I'm older now, I'm in my 60s, little things are harder now. It's harder to get out of a chair. You're moving a little slower, and getting out of I've got a little tiny compact car, and getting out of that car sometimes not so easy. But, this product has really made a difference in just making me feel better, just making me feel better all over and all around, and being able to maintain my job, my life, the things that I enjoy doing. I'm still able to go out there and play 2 holes of golf comfortably. My sons, you can hear them in the background, they're getting ready to go to the gym. They're taking it. They take it before and after. It really helps with their workouts and their recovery time. They don't come home as sore and cranky as they sometimes can. I really know this works, because the days that I don't take it are the days that I feel it. And the couple of hacks that I found is that we've got 3 molecular hydrogen products. We've got the HydroFX, which is long lasting. And someone had mentioned they take this at night. And so I started doing that. I take this before I go to bed with my boosters. I wake up feeling refreshed, ready to start the day. And then I go in the kitchen, I drink my lemon water, and I take my recovery. And then I mix up my shakes and greens, so I'm getting that good nutrition in my body to start the day. And that seems to be the recipe for me. That gets me going in the morning, that keeps me going throughout the day. And it really has made a huge difference in my life. And so I am so grateful for these products. I know I'm putting good food in. I know I'm getting plenty of energy, and I'm taking care of my joints and my body. So that's one of my favorite favorites. The other thing I wanted to mention that hasn't been mentioned is that for a long time I've been suffering from some gut issues, and eating habits aren't always that great. You know, you try to always make it healthy, but there are times and occasions where you kind of go off on another tangent and you eat things that you shouldn't. And I've really been loving the probiotics, and I've been taking these faithfully every day. And I also take the digestives when I have my meals. And I've noticed that things just feel so much better. I've been diagnosed with some conditions that make it sometimes you worry about what's going to happen that day. You're kind of living life on the edge. And by taking these products, I can say that for the most part, I feel very confident. Everything is functioning better. I'm feeling better. And I think this has really made a huge difference in not only what I eat, but adding this extra nutrition into my body to help digest the foods that I do eat, and also avoiding the ones that I shouldn't eat. But they also help if I happen to splurge a little bit on some of those things. It really makes a difference. So that's another one of my favorites. So that's my nutrition. I take everything. Joanne, I don't even know how many products I have, but it's probably pretty close to what you guys have, Joe. You know, I'm sure I'm pretty close to your number as far as my total count. The last thing I want to share real quickly is one of the skincare products. I was born with extremely dry skin and dry hair, and my feet are extra special in that department. And I think doing what I do out on the playground on that hard, hot blacktop over the years, I really have a tendency to have problems with my feet. So I need to take some extra care for that. And not only do I use the salt and oil scrub in the shower every single day, I use this in there, and I always follow through with the body butter. My favorite skincare product is the tea tree oil. And I put this on faithfully every single night. And I also put it on before I slip in my sneakers and go to work. And this has really made a huge difference in the heels cracking, you know, the dry feet. When your feet hurt, your whole body feels bad, you know, so I need to take extra care of my feet. And I have been loving the tea tree as well as this. And then every week or so, I will do a soak and I use the salts. So I work on exfoliating. Don't have to spend the expensive cost on the pedicure all the time, which I can indulge in now and then for my own self-care. But between the salts, the salt and oil, and the tea tree lotion, the oil, it's really made a huge difference with my feet, and kind of gives me that added boost and pep in my step, I guess you could say. So those are just a sampling of some of my favorites. And I think over the years, I'm just so grateful for this stuff, because, you know, everything that I use, I like, and everything I feel a difference in my body. I feel a difference in my skin. You saw the picture about the red line. I love the red line. My skin just feels so much better and so much healthier. Yeah, that's another, of course, another favorite. But these products are just really amazing, and they're very healthy, and they're natural, and they're clean. And, you know, I just feel really good about taking these products because I know they're good for me. So thank you again for letting me share. Thank you, all of you, for all of your stories. I appreciate you all. So thank you so much.
Thank you, my friend. Always a pleasure to hear your stories. And I know there's more stories, but those are the folks that said, yes, they wanted to share. And there's a couple other people who just jumped on, but they're not quite ready to share. And that's okay. We're here to learn. And hopefully you've been inspired when you're watching this, or you're watching the recording, you've been inspired to not only try some different products that maybe you haven't tried, but also be able to be confident in sharing these stories. And this is a video you'll be able to share with other people who may want to learn more about how the products work in the lifestyle, just our normal life, what we do on a daily basis. So I want to share a couple of my favorites, but I'm also going to do some demos. So One of the favorite wow products that obviously that Brenda mentioned is our salt and oil scrub. And this is a godsend for anybody with skin conditions. So she mentioned her feet. It doesn't matter. I mean, Victor's got a great one with his knees, right? The before after on your knees is amazing. I'm sure you've probably come across, maybe it's not you, but maybe you know people who have the dark, dried up, nasty elbows. That's my word, nasty. But there are times when there's certain parts of our body that are just super rough and there's like buildup. And this just exfoliates and gets that down to where you got that fresh skin. So from the neck down, the body butter. I'm sorry, that salt and oil scrub. And you mix it up so that it's not all oily. And this one it lasts quite a long time. All of our products last quite a long time on the skincare. The nutrition is pretty much about a month's supply on each of them, but the skincare can be almost 90 days in some cases. Okay, so salt and oil is great, followed by the body butter. This is a godsend. Anybody who's ever dealt with a sunburn or any sort of a itchy, dry, scratchy, or any kind of a burn, not just a sunburn, this has been amazing. Again, because there's those 12 minerals in the Dead Sea that are not anywhere else in the world, that concentration of minerals is loaded into these products, and that's what sets them apart from other things like this on the market. So if you were to put this one loaded in shea butter next to another shea butter, body butter, the difference would be the minerals and how it works with the skin. And there's a natural 20 SPF with the skincare as well because of the way the Dead Sea works. So I would encourage you to go to deadsea.com and learn more about why it's so special. There's a lot more to it, but I'm just highlighting. So those are a couple of favorites. And I'm going to do these two demos really quick and talk about how and why we love these. So when we are in a place of taking care of our skin, it's the largest organ in our body, right? So the largest organ in our body needs to be taken care of because it will affect. So garbage in, garbage out. So if we got garbage going in and we're not taking care of it, it's going to manifest in our skin, on our skin, because health starts in the gut. So I had a big challenge with the psoriasis, starts with a P. I'm not supposed to say that word, but it starts with a P and it's really inflammatory and itchy. And it was a major, major problem for me. And it was on my head and I had it in other places too. One time in my life, I had it on my face. It was horrible. And I didn't know how to solve it. And it started with the gut, had to clean up the diet. And then I started learning about the Dead Sea minerals and what that salt does. So what I learned was here, as I came on board here with Seacret, was when we wash our face, we need to exfoliate probably once or twice a week to get the dead skin off. And when you exfoliate, get the dead skin off, you got the fresh skin coming up, and that's when it looks fresh and new, right? So exfoliate a couple times a week, whether you're doing the salt scrub from the bottom or from the neck down to keep everything fresh, or if you want to do it on your face, we have what we call a mineral rich peeling gel. And this stuff is magic. I just shared this with some people last night and they're like, no way, really? It's so fun to share this one. It's so fun. So I'm going to do a quick little demo here. And an example, you would put this on your face. You would do dot, 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 and then rub, 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 rub. You do not need to have any water with this. So wash your face with the mud soap or one of our other cleansers. Love this deep facial cleansing wash. This is beautiful stuff too. Smells good, lasts a long time. Wash your face and then do this. So the face is dry and I'm going to use my hand as an example. See how it's kind of gellular? And you just rub it around, rub it around, rub it around. And I haven't done this on my skin. So I kept my skin unexfoliated on purpose. So you can see this. And look closely, there's those little beads balling up, right? That's the dead skin. I know, sorry, I'm sharing my junk with you. But that dead skin, you put a towel here, you just rub, 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 rub. And I did this last night with a lady and she was good, just floored. So when you do this, you just can take a dry tissue or a towel and just wash it off your face. You don't need to use water. It's a waterless exfoliating facial and it's gentle. There's no grit to this one. And there's going to be a smoothness. Now it's tricky on here, but if you were, in live, you would be able to see the difference in the surface of your skin. It's tricky on the camera, but it's smoothing. Now you have that smooth palette to do your treatment. Well, what's the favorite treatment? One of our favorite treatments is one of our wow products called the Mineral Rich Magnetic Mud Mask, or M4. You see the 4 on there? There it goes, M4. This is fun because it's got those concentrated minerals from the Dead Sea, but it also is mud from the Dead Sea pulls toxins. That's why they go to the Dead Sea. They soak in the water, they slap it right next to the water. They have all these vats of the mud. You just go up there and you just put the mud all over your body, and then you let it dry, and then you walk into the water and you float because it's 33% salt. You cannot swim, you cannot sink. So if you don't swim, that's the place to go. And you float in that water, and the detox effect just takes on, right? It just, the minerals are, revitalizing, the mud is pulling the toxins, and you get this refreshed, revitalized feeling. So they concentrate that into the mineral rich magnetic mud mask. You see that? This is not your typical type of mud. This is not going to get dry and hard and crack. So it comes with a spatula, and it comes with the whole box, as the whole system for you. So it comes with this spat. So you would put this and a thin layer on your face. Let's see, which hand did I just do? This one. So I would put this right after I exfoliate. I would put the mud on. Now I do this is why I'm sharing it with you. It's I think it's my husband's favorite mask. So we're talking about Oscar's favorite today. The reason why is this is going to sit on your face for about 5 to 10 minutes. That's it. And it's doing its job. The mud is pulling the toxins out. So when you remove it, it comes with a magnet and a lid that goes over that magnet. You put that on, and then you go over that mud and you pull the toxins. I got to go to where my head's out of the way. There we go. Can you guys see that? It's coming up. Okay, so I go over this. You don't even need to touch it. You just hover. Gosh, the camera, I got to get myself in there. There we go. And it pulls the mud off. And then now there's the toxins in the mud, and that's the stuff you throw out. Okay, so now what's left is this beautiful serum, and you rub that in. So this is why Oscar likes it. So we rub it in his face, and it just goes, and your face just drinks it in, and it just is beautiful. You don't even need to put a moisturizer on after this. So I like the convenience of wash it with a mud soap, exfoliate with this waterless facial, and do the treatment. And again, no water necessary. You can do this while you're camping, just saying. Just loving this stuff. And the smell is beautiful, and all those beautiful essential oils are going in, and the oils that are in here, and the mud and everything, the minerals from the Dead Sea are soaking into your skin, and it gives you a nice revitalizing glow, and it also reduces some fine lines and wrinkles. So it's got some anti-aging benefits in there for you too. So your face will definitely look different on the before after pictures of that one. You can see the difference. The other one, Brenda, if you don't mind showing it, this is my favorite, this Recover mask. And I asked her to put it up because not the Recover, but the Recover mask. Do you have one? The gold little pouch? And I apologize, it's my bad, I didn't communicate well enough, but there's a Recover mask that you can use. So remember those before after pictures I showed you with the guy, and then the other people that were on there with the facial before after in 15 minutes. So this is the #1 product sold in the company of Seacret before we joined. Okay, so it was mud soap, Recover mask. Those were the top sellers. And when we came on board, thank you, Joe. That's it. It's a little pouch. There's 8 of them in a box. 8 of them in a box. So you can get 8 treatments. And I showed you the picture of the gentleman, right, who did the whole month worth. Every week for a month, or twice a week for a month. And you can't tell me you're not going to look younger. So I'm loving that product because 15 minutes is there you go. 15 minutes is way better than going down to the salon, spending a couple $100, getting some injections. I don't know what's going on with the needle in the face, but I'm not into that one. And you can put this on your neck, whereas most of those injections are not good. So if you've ever had turkey neck and you want to have it be tight and firm, you might really appreciate this particular mask. That's why it's one of my favorites. Okay, so I would call that a wow product, but it's not in their top 5 wow. It's just a wow for anyone who wants to reduce those wrinkles and look younger. After I do that mask, I might do this. I did this just last week. I do the peeling gel and I'll do the Recover mask, whereas Oscar would do the M4. Okay. And then when we're done, he doesn't need to moisturize because the M4's got all that oil on there and he's soaking it in. If you're oily skin, you don't use the M4, by the way, if you have oily skin. So what I would do is I would do this, and I would do the Recover, and then I'm going to take my beautiful BioShield complex, and yeah, I'm going to go all out, and I'm going to put on my favorite hydrating water, which is loaded with hyaluronic acid, salicylic acid, the good stuff your face wants. And the Dynamic Radiance Essence. Love this. Look, no waste. Pipette. And then push that button on the top and it's one serving for your face. So I put those two on and then I follow it with the moisturizer and I'm good to go. On a special treatment, check this out. You ready for the best hack? I was excited to share my favorite hack with you. Instead of a regular moisturizer, I would put this on. This is the Beauty Sleep Mask, right, Brenda? Where she's smiling, she loves it too. This one you can put on a thin layer as your moisturizer, but if it's at night, put it on nice and thick and then go to little soak up. Your face will just drink it in and then it will be there all working for you while you're sleeping, building your beauty and doing all the beautiful things that this is. This is all clinically documented and award-winning, and it's all vegan, friends. This is a vegan line that performs. So we showed you those before after pictures of Brenda and I. Loving this. So you can age with grace with our favorites over here. You can age with grace, right, Brenda? We sure love them. So I wanted to share those two demos and talk about a couple of my favorites. And again, appreciate everybody for being here. There's one more thing. Oh, shoot, I just dropped that magnet with the mud on it. We'll see what happens later. Whoops. If you're into shower gels and body washes, I love this stuff. It's been sitting on my desk as we've been speaking and I can smell it because I just love this Lily Rose, another favorite. So I love all the nutrition. That's where we started. And I wanted to make sure everybody recognizes my favorite's always going to be our nutrition. However, when it comes to the skincare, we cannot deny what is working and how we are looking younger than we were when we started. Joe's looking younger, Brenda's looking younger, Victor's looking younger, everybody, Susan, all of us that have shared, Joanne, Judy, all of us that have shared this product, we are looking younger because we are using this stuff. So if you're interested in that, you might want to check out some of the specials that we have with our skincare. And we have great sheet masks too. So these are my two favorite sheet masks. This one for hydration, hydration, hydration. This one for hydration and a lift. See right there is our patented Ferment 21, which is in this. And they carried it into this sheet mask, a probiotic microfiber mask. If you haven't tried this, you will like it. I was floored. Floored. That's why I'm talking about it. And that's one that I like to send out to people who are just getting started so they can get their own experience too. So when you get create the balance on the face just performs better. So that's all I wanted to share on favorites. Did I miss anything? This is a minute my teamwork here. If you guys can share if there's anything that you think I should have brought up or mentioned on the products. Thank you, Victor, for talking about the all-in-one. I had it on the desk to talk about too, but you got me, which is great. Did I miss anything crucial, important, helpful? Are we all good? Okay, awesome. Thanks for staying with us. I appreciate everybody's time today and energy and effort, and all of you that are listening or watching the replay. Get a chance to connect with the people that you're working with to find out what's best for you. And don't forget to invite like crazy and join us on Wednesday, 6:30 Pacific time, 9:30 East Coast time on teamsynergytraining.com. And you're going to get a chance to hear directly from Dr. Howard Cohn, our product formulator, and why we're so passionate about this nutrition. He's going to be sharing all the love in his heart about why he put it together and how it's best to, to utilize it for us. And that is going to be phenomenal for us for this week on Wednesday night, the 28th. So take care. God bless. Thanks everybody for being here. And I appreciate you taking the time on a Saturday afternoon. Take care. God bless.